Nanica is, initially Nanica, the idea was that I would start my own company, like everybody wants to at some point. They want to, work for themselves. So I would start my own company and by taking control over my time, I would have more time to create sort of personal artworks. In reality, obviously, that doesn't quite work because you have to pay the bills and you get involved in large projects and stuff like that. So yeah, it's tricky to sort of balance the two, but at least that was the idea initially. And I think most importantly, at some point, you don't want to work for anybody else. You should try it. You should definitely try it once. We're people, like we're human beings, and computers are sort of obviously very, very technical. It's a shame when the computer gets to dictate so much of the aesthetics and so much of the concepts and so much of sort of what happens. So at least I try to keep an eye on that and not, if I can, if it's technologically feasible and you have the time, it shouldn't look so computery if it's at all possible. Because I'm the one using the computer, not the other way around. At some point I just realized that it was a way I could express myself and that I really enjoyed. So, it really started from that. All projects that involve sort of a personal art piece that you've made before are difficult because a lot of times that's what got you the job in the first place. Sort of doing the project and still keeping, not compromising on your art pieces is tricky because obviously you're trying to do different things. So making sure that you don't sort of ruin what was good about that, and you end up with something that you're happy with. Like you pimped out your baby, but at least the project sort of is still nice and you can stand behind it. My old projects and especially personal work, and it just makes me so happy to look at them. Like to have them, to have at some point have had them in my head and now have them out here and being able to show them to other people. I mean that's not the main thing, but just for them to exist and sort of browsing through the stuff sort of that has come out of that is super satisfying. Like that is by far, it's not one thing, but it's something that happens from time to time. You sort of look back and think, I am really happy with that. With personal work, it's about just being as honest as possible with myself, because it's going to be such a long process. You need to be 100% sure that you're doing it for the right reasons and that you are happy with the concept. So something you sort of rattle it around in your brain for a couple of months, and then you kind of start on it, do something else, come back to it, and if you still like it, then that becomes sort of a project. If not, it just sits on the hard drive until maybe you find some inspiration for it at some other point. My business partner, they used to say, do it now, worry about it later. And it's not very good advice, but it's something I do think about from time to time because I guess I sort of tend to overanalyze things, and so if you never start, you're never going to finish. So sometimes you got to jump into stuff a little bit and see where it lands. The thing about honesty, just you know it when you see it, and you are not going to respect yourself if you compromise on it.